In this short video clip, I would like to demonstrate how to enable a reference to cross-connected PDBs and their respective single-line diagrams. So in this example, I have created the electrical power connections here from the PDB1 feeding the PDB2, and the PDB2 in turn feeds the PDB3. So at first, let me generate the single-line diagram for the PDB2. So I will define the drawing number as an SLD2. I will set up some settings for the drawing, and we'll click generate to let the system generate the drawing. So the system will look for the symbology from the library of the symbols and depict them in this drawing in the way of the single line diagram. So one of those symbols is the reference label that shows the item tag of the circuits that feeds the current transformer. And on the bottom side, we have the feeder circuit that feeds the incoming circuit of the downstream power distribution board, and it feeds to the circuit 10 of the downstream PDB. So what is missing here is the reference to the PDB number, downstream or upstream, and possibly the number of the single line diagram for the respective PDB. So how to enable that reference in this reference label symbol. So first of all, we need to save this drawing and to have the document created. So the document number is important. So somehow it is defined. So I can rename the SLD number from the right-click menu and call it SLD2. Okay, so then I need to save the drawing by clicking the Save button. So when the SLD drawing is saved in SmartElectrical, so system creates the XML file that basically hosts all the data about that single line diagram, and all the data has been depicted in this single line diagram. So the second step would be to apply some custom command that you can develop, and this custom command looks into the XML file and searches for all the items reflected in the current SLD and record the SLD number to the property of each of those individual items on the SLD. So before that, I enabled the custom property that is called SLD number for each in the equipment level of the data dictionary. So that applies to any type of the equipment. So once I select the custom equipment SLD DLL, so that looks for the XML file of this SLD and searches for all the items and record the SLD number in the property of each item in this SLD. So I click OK to start the process. So it takes 1 second, and after that, when I select any item on the single line diagram, so I will find that the SLD number attribute property had been populated with the number of the current SLD. So that applies to all items in the current SLD. Okay, to the bus, to the PDB. So when I select this frame of the PDB, so the SLD number is shown. So I can save those changes. So next, how to update that reference label symbol. So for that purpose, we can use this catalog manager. So find the symbol reference label circuit. So open it. So by default, there is only one attribute available in this macro box. So you can open the common property window of this smart text. This is the smart text editor. And in order to add here more attributes, so you need to put your cursor on the right side of the available macro, press and hold Shift button, and press Enter. So that will enable the second row. So next, you need to define the proper syntax of the macros. So I did so in the text editor. So the proper syntax is like open clause and then put the name of the attribute for the power distribution board dot item tag equal to null. And similarly, I defined the macro for the attribute power distribution board dot SLD number. So now I can take those two macros, copy them, and paste it into the Smart Text Editor. So click OK to save changes, save the symbol. So you can double check that those macros have been properly saved. Okay, so close the symbol, and you can just generate the open single line diagram by going to the Tools menu, Drawing Options, and Regenerate. So once the SLD is generated, so I would expect to have the reference to the PDB number on the upstream side, PDB1 on the downstream side. So that label does not show the SLD number because there is no SLD available for the PDB1 and PDB3. So let's have this SLD created. So I will close that current SLD of the PDB2 and will generate the single line diagram for the PDB1. So make a right click, select Generate SLD, I will call it SLD1, select the option to show all downstream branch items and upstream branch items, click Generate. So that PDB has only one feeder circuit that feeds downstream PDB2, right? So it shows the circuit, in-camera circuit of the PDB2 and the reference to the SLD number, SLD2. So you can now save that SLD drawing, select the SLD1 and run the custom command to record the SLD number for all items in this current single line drawing. Okay, so now all items on this SLD have a record of the current SLD number. Okay, we can close that single line diagram. And now when we can generate the SLD for the PDB3. The same way, right click on the PDB and generate the SLD. I will call this drawing number SLD3. Set some references here. And click Generate. So in this case, I have the reference label showing me the feeder circuit number of the upstream PDB2 and the reference to the SLD2 that was generated for the PDB2. Okay, so I can save the changes for that SLD3 and I can run the command, custom command, to make a record of the current SLD number for all items available currently in this SLD. Okay, so I have like this feeder circuit, so it has a record of the SLD3, so this bus has a record of the SLD3, and so on. So now if I open the single line diagram 2 for the PDB2, I will have my reference label resolved for the upstream PDB and for the downstream PDB. Okay, so that PDB2 is powered from the circuit 13 of the PDB1, so you can find the reference in the SLD1, and for the downstream PDB, so that circuit of the PDB2 feeds the circuit 10 on the PDB3, and that PDB3 has the reference SLD number 3. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day.